Dear Gary, I made a mistake today. I know. Oh my God, what are the chances? 100% apparently. I made a mistake of biblical proportions, which is not to be confused with biblical proportions, which are actually slightly smaller than biblical proportions, because I went to Marie Callender's, as I always do on Sunday, for my all-you-can-eat brunch buffet thing, and I saw this thing that I thought was banana cream pie, and I grabbed it, set it over on the table, and had all my usual dinings for breakfast, and then got to the what I thought was banana cream pie was actually coconut cream pie. Now, as I told you, I love the taste of coconut. I love the taste of coconut a great deal. What I don't like is the texture of shredded shaved coconut. I don't. It makes my teeth itch. I don't like it. So I had eaten and I'm also a portion eater. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's when you've got a plate full of food in front of you and you eat all of this piece of food, like you eat all of your corn, and then you turn the plate, and you eat all of your peas, and then you turn your plate, and then you eat all of your steak, and then you turn your plate, and then you eat all of whatever. I do that sometimes with desserts as well. I will eat all of the meringue because I like meringue by itself, but I don't want meringue messing up the flavor of my pie. So like even with lemon meringue pie, I will surgically cut off the meringue and I will eat it separately, because then I can appreciate the taste and the texture of the meringue without having any lemon heaven mixed in with it. Conversely, I don't want any meringue screwing up the taste of that delicious lemon goo that is in lemon meringue pies. And then I will often eat the crust separately. I will usually eat the meringue first and then the crust, and then save that heavenly lemon goo. Oh my God, I love that stuff so much. Too much, in fact. Anyway, so yeah, eating this marshmallow because I saw that there were pieces of grated coconut on top, in the meringue. I saw that and I was like, okay, I can brace myself. There's like 6 pieces of it. I can, it's meringue. It's not like I'm going to chew it. I'll just kind of smish it around in my mouth with my tongue, and then I'll just swallow it. I don't actually have to chew on it and thus suffer the sensation of chewing on shredded coconut. That worked fine. Eating the crust worked fine. So when I got to the coconut cream filling, and truth be told, I didn't have to chew that either, but for some reason I did, at least the first time or two, because the first I was like, and I was kind of crushing it between my incisors, and I kind of sort of ground it between, and just there goes that itching sensation. It's like I was like, no, done with that. And at that point I just kind of did like the meringue. I just sort of smished it around, like, nope, not chewing, and swallowed. Because why didn't you just not eat it, you ask? Well, you didn't ask, but you did. It's a problem with being a good Southern boy, especially, those of us from the South and Texas, which apparently is not the South, according to the people who are in the South. Anyway, I had this. When you're raised to clean your plate, it's very deeply ingrained in your brain. And if you want to control how much you eat, you just don't get as much food. Very difficult to do around the holidays. And you learn very quickly never to let other people prep your plate for you, because they will come back with just this pile and then you have to eat it all because it would be wasteful. and disrespectful to not eat it all. So you serve yourself, and that's how you control how much you eat, because otherwise you are in trouble. Um, you are either in trouble because you're going to wind up getting to a point where you're like, I can't finish this, and you're going to get bitched at for that, or you're going to do what I usually wind up doing, and that is just saying, no, it's disrespectful, I can't do that, and you wind up eating it all anyway, even though you really can't, but you find weird hollows like in the bones of your legs, or somewhere in the folds of your brain. You'll start shoving mashed potatoes in there just to find a place to put it, because you don't want to be, and I know it sounds like I'm making excuses, but if you were raised in the South, you know what it's like. If you weren't raised in the South, then no amount of explanation from me is ever going to, make clear to you just quite. I mean, it's an almost Catholic and or Jewish level of guilt that goes into this whole thing. Anyway, so that's 6.25 minutes of talking about food guilt, and the disgusting sensation of chewing on shredded coconut. The last thing that I had for you has to do with the fundraiser for my supercomputer fund, or my Star Citizen fund, or my all the other things that SC could stand for. Santa Clara, which is a town that's just right over there, like half a mile away. It's just right there. We actually hit the mark. That happened, I believe it was Friday morning. We hit the 995 mark, and Domo was like, so you want me to just go ahead and shut this down and send it to you? I'm like, dude, we've still got like 26 days left on this thing. I'm like, we'll let it go, and whatever is left on top, and then we can use that to splurge. The 995 was kind of like here's what we need to get me a pretty decent system. Now anything extra, these will be extras. This will be upgrading to an even better video card, faster processor, getting an i7 instead of an i5, whatever. Getting faster memory, I don't have to worry about a mouse because Domo's sending me the one that he's got. Maybe, I've got this enterprise class hard drive here, maybe picking up a solid state drive. I don't know. We'll figure out what we'll go. Maybe extra RAM. Maybe yeah. The extra stuff will go to something. Plus, there's also the fact that there are administration fees that go along with using Fundly, because it's not like it's free to use the site. Whatever money you take in, they take a portion of it to pay for running the site that you've now used to run this fundraiser. I want Domo to keep a portion of that for himself. And since he's the one who's running the fundraiser, since he is the merchant, he's the one who's going to get hit with the taxes for however much money is taken in. So I want to make sure that there's enough. That's the other reason why I want to let it keep running. And if extra money comes in, then he can draw out, hang on to as much as it's going to take for him to cover his ass on taxes, because it's not his fault that, the money's not for him, it's for me. But since he's the one doing it, I want him, you know what I mean? So, covering his butt on the taxes from the money that's meant for me, that goes to him. And then covering the administrative costs. I want that portion of the money also to go to him. Everything else we'll use for my system, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, there's probably like another 25, 26 days on that. So we'll see how far it goes. But right now, I think I just checked it. It's at $1,135. Wow. I'm floored. I am really, really floored. There was, before I left EA, I'd gone over to Central Computer to talk to them about building me a system. And I sat down with one of the associates over there, and he and I went through. I said, I want about $1,200 for a system. What can we do? And this is the range this is the price range I want to try to stay in. And so we tried to finagle the best possible system that I could possibly make within, $1,200. And what we came up with at the time was about 1350, which I was willing to go past. It was a soft limit. 1,200 was a soft limit for me. I would go past it, but I wouldn't go past, 1,400. I just needed a little bit of wiggle room, but I wanted to keep it as low as possible. So, and he said, and in a month or two, the new processors come out, or a new version of the processors come out, and so the prices are going to drop. And I was like, well, I'm not planning on buying it before then anyway. Then, of course, the end of my contract at EA, okay, well, we're not getting, well, I still would have gotten it, but my card decided that it was going to crap at your own pants. So, yeah. So this new fundage will go to my system and some splurgery. I almost thought I said surgery there for a second. Computer splurgery. So 11 minutes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can tell you guys about what happened today. The only other stuff that really happened is stuff I can't really talk about because of NDAs with, things that happened over the weekend, which would be a pretty big hint. So what I was doing most of last night, which is another reason why I'm so tired, because I was trying to sleep today and I couldn't. I don't know why. I just could not get to sleep. I mean, I guess it was around midnight or so last night. I started playing, and the next thing I know, I look past the top of the monitor and the sun's up, and I'm like, it is 6:30 in the morning. Oh my God. Okay, well, so I burned time until it was like 8:45, and I'm like, okay, I'm going over to Marie Callender's. I went to Marie Callender's, I ate my fill, I came back here, and I laid down, and I tried to go to sleep, and it was proving to be very, very difficult. I normally do not go to sleep when I come back from there, and it was really rough on me. When I woke up later on, I was not feeling well at all. But we'll see. We'll see. Right now I'm feeling much better. I was wondering if I was going to wind up being able to actually eat dinner, because I was feeling very nauseated for a goodly portion of the day, which I was supposed to go and do another photo shoot with a friend of mine, and I woke up to find a message from him saying, can we postpone? I'm like, that was 2 hours ago. I'm like, yeah, no problem. We'll go ahead and postpone. I've been asleep for most of the day anyway, so don't worry about it. Blah, blah. Yeah, that's what I had to say about that. All right, 13 and almost a half minutes. We're going to go ahead and call it there. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow will be Monday, apparently. Supposedly, if things go the way they have been going for pretty much as long as we've had recorded history. Okay, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and until then, be careless.